Hello, this is Bill Clodsey. Welcome to a Modern Horizons 2 draft. The best draft format of all time as far as I'm concerned. And we open a good one. This is Murktide Regent, mythic, giant flying delve creature, 2 mana. Yeah, solid. This is one of the few cards that is worth more than the draft itself, so there we go. Other notables in the pack are Bone Shards, Archfiend of Sorrows, Hermit's interesting, and the lands are always good. Oh wow, this is a tough one. Marsh Flats is not worth much now, and Flay Essence is just about incredible. This card can catch you up against a lot of the 1/1 counter synergies, including modular, and really just deals with anything. There's a lot of creatures that come back, but exiling them is a really good answer. Or some things with Scavenge. Yeah, let's go with Flay Essence here. I mean, Delve does synergize with fetch lands, but it also synergizes with things that keep you alive and also enter the graveyard. Whenever instant or sorcery card leaves your graveyard, put a 1/1 counter on this, so we could look for things with flashback or whatever, but Flay Essence is a perfect follow-up here. Graceful Restoration and Scuttletide. Yeah, I mean, getting this thing back isn't that, like, this isn't necessarily a bomb in this format. I mean, it's quite good, but not necessarily a bomb. Restoration and Hellmonger are the 2 cards on my radar here. Scuttletide and Wavesifter, quite good as well. Unholy Heat. And Dahada's Ploy, Crushok. I mean, the whole format is filled with good cards, but it's really about what can we make work. And Graceful Restoration is a fine card to splash, but also an incredibly powerful card to build around. Bone Shards, solid. Yeah, there's a few cards that work particularly well with Graceful Restoration. Soul of Migration is one of them. Generally not a super powerful card. You're not getting really enough for 7 mana, but if you evoke it, maybe evoke 2 of them, and get them both back with Graceful Restoration, because their power is 2 or less, then you're in business. But it's not a high priority. It's kind of like an afterthought for this deck. Bone Shards, quite good. Let's grab that. The Shikari might be the most powerful card in the pack, just because its potential to run away with the game. 1-drop, 2-drop, maybe a couple more modular creatures, and then play Arcbound Shikari, +4 counters. Really crazy, but let's do this. Extruder, I mean, we're kind of interested in going blue because of this Regent, but I would give that up if we find something better to do. And this is not a strong pack overall. Extruder is good in multiple synergies. It's especially good in modular, but it can also be good in like a token strategy because all the tokens, well, most of them, treasures, foods, and treasures and clues they're all artifacts. Or Scrappling, I could see taking that. Yeah, I'm really not sure about this pick. Aeromoeba's fine. I would say the card here that's the least replaceable is Extruder, although it doesn't work with our first few picks. I could take a Soul of Migration or a Mer Scrappling as well, but I'm going to take Extruder. Who knows? Mistvault Bridge and Razortide Bridge, those both pull us together in some sense. And I think I'm more interested in black right now, so I'll take the black-blue land as opposed to the white-blue land. World Weary is solid as well, but let's grab some fixing. There's kind of roughly the division of cards, like cards better than these artifact lands and cards worse than them. That's often how I like looking at a format. Again, just a rough thing, but yeah, late to dinner coming this late is a good sign for us if we're going to be in black-white. Hey, it even makes a food token, which is an artifact for Extruder, so we'll see. Greed, Soul of Migration, yeah, these keep coming around, and I'm not surprised. If we are gaining lots of life, Greed is good, and sometimes you can get to a point in the reanimation deck where you're gaining so much life a turn That said, there's Ethereum Spinner here as well, which can make some extra 1/1 flyers. That's interesting to me. Greed versus Spinner. Let's take Spinner. Hermit is coming back. Not so special. The Starfish is a nice one. The Fodder Tosser can be good in some decks. But yeah, pretty tough here. I don't expect our Devotion to Black to be good enough. And this is mainly a green-black card. But anyway, we'll take... and there's no... God, that would be crazy in this format, but Recurring Nightmare or something that makes this basically a combo card. It just gets you a bunch of squirrels. Landscaper Kolos, that is solid, and Discerning Taste is solid. I like the Kolos. If you end up without any of these, it shuts off some good cards from being viable. But I certainly like having one. Scuttletide, Dahada's Ploy, Guardian. Ooh, I am tempted by this Scuttletide, and it's a little harder to get your hands on Scuttletides than Dahada's Ploys. I'm going to take that here, even though I do respect Dahada's Ploy. Aramoeba versus Canticle. And yeah, we get another Dahada's Ploy. Let's grab that this time instead of Recalibrate, which is also fine for this deck. Yeah, it looks like this deck is open to us. Or some subset of these Esper colors. We did get a late to dinner. Some pretty solid black cards. Extruder doesn't make a ton of sense still, but whatever. Fire and Ice, and Necrogoyf and Prophetic Titan. The best card here is almost certainly Prophetic Titan. Necrogoyf is more for a red-black deck that has Madness cards. If you want to be discarding a card every turn, then this is good. Super aggressive. In this deck, it's not so great, I think. Fire and Ice is always going to be good, but Prophetic Titan has to be the card here. It's pretty good with Reanimation, but it's also just insanely good by itself. It's a 6-mana Flametongue Kavu with 2 extra toughness, a lot of cards that can tutor it up, and also it draws you your best card in the top 4 if you have Delirium, so that is quite good. Junk Winder. Yeah, this is pulling us in kind of another direction, but while Scuttletide is an enabler for a discard deck, it's also an enabler for a token deck. And what else do we have here? Anything that makes tokens? Not really, but Junk Winder really is strong enough. We've got Ethereum Spinner, which does make tokens. Late to Dinner, which makes tokens. These cards we won't really consider here. I'm going to grab Junk Winder. This card's insane. Another Flay Essence. I'm happy with that. If there was a card that was ridiculously synergistic with some of the things we already have, I might take it, but Flay Essence is just so powerful. I mean, if our one Junk Winder or Prophetic Titan dies, we can get it back, but if it gets exiled, we're out of luck. Next up, we have Hard Evidence and Breathless Night and Wave Sifter. Wave Sifter pulls us in another color. Hard Evidence is going to be good almost no matter what. And Breathless Night is especially good with this Graceful Restoration plan. So we are at a crossroads here. I think I'm going to grab Hard Evidence. If the Reanimation deck really is open, then this might wheel. But it looks like we're pretty heavily committed to blue at this point. And the Reanimation stuff can be good as a splash, whereas Junk Winder is only going to be really good if it is one of your main, synergies. Storm God's Oracle, that's always good, and it helps out Prophetic Titan by being an enchantment that dies easily. Slagwood's Bridge, all the bridges are good. Sojourner's Companion. So those are the three I'm really looking at here. Resurgent Belief. I mean, I've seen someone get away with the enchantment deck, but it's not a real it's not a real thing that you can reliably get. It's based around a bunch of rares. Rares that get passed, fair enough, but yeah, I'm going to take the Oracle here. You know, kind of a tough one, but we might get the fixing that we need, especially if we get a bunch of these aerialists, which work well before and after Junkwinder to make it cheaper and to get a token. So yeah, let's keep picking these up. Not enough green for Sylvan Anthem to work. There's also this step through, which would help us get Prophetic Titan into our hand, but that's, you know, something that ought to come later. Mirari's Wake. And another Slagwood's Bridge. It really wants us to be green, doesn't it? The Wake is good and interesting and kind of fun. It's another anthem for our crab tokens. Make a bunch of 2/5 crabs for every card you draw. And then the Bridge and Piercing Rays. Let's go out on a limb here and take the Mirari's Wake. Cabal Coffer is worth a couple cents, but there's not really much in this pack for us. We could take Specimen Collector, but I'll take Coffers, whatever. Vermin Gorger, Hydra, not much left for us here. The Curator is powerful, and if we have cards like Hard Evidence, we have easy things to sacrifice. Scuttletide. It's quite good. Healer's Flock, that could be a nice one to get back. We're going to take these token cards, though. A third Aerialist is pretty much perfect. We have 3 or 2 of them. Well, I can't quite see right now. Ranger, that can be fun, but very few things that work super well with it. Recalibrate, take that. Breathless Knight's back. Yeah, so this deck must be fairly well open, even though some people will be taking our late to dinners. I'll take Zeran Orb just in case. We already have an Aeromoeba, and there's one card that works particularly well with Zeran Orb. It's a Mythic, but hey, we don't want to get the Mythic and not have Zeran Orb. Although the Mythic is double green, so that probably won't work out for us anyway. But we'll stop someone else from getting it, okay? That's our job here. Yeah, and why am I sorting it like this? I'm kind of sorting it into categories by synergy instead of maybe a more clear way. This is tough, actually, between Ending and Sphinx. Ending's worth more, so that might be a reason enough to take it. The Sphinx would be pretty good here too, and can cascade into things like Junkwinder, Graceful Restoration, and that's incredibly strong. Or Storm God's Oracle. So that's actually pretty tough. But I think we go for Prismatic Ending here, because it can defeat more boards early. Yeah. Anyway, let's do it. Constructed staple now in like blue-white control and things. Not that I know much about Constructed, but I do know that cards are worth more because they are in Constructed, and this is no exception to that. So what are we doing here? We need a bit more fixing, I would say. We are not quite there on the token synergy. We're getting close. We've got Step Through. We've got some ways to discard. Soul Talisman is not a real card. The real problem with all the suspend stuff in this format is you can't really draw it late and do anything with it except maybe discard it. So maybe it's not as bad in some decks as in others. I don't think Mirari's Wake's going to make it in at this point. What do we have? Unholy Heat. Let's avoid green. We could take the Ornithopter of Paradise. That would help us splash whatever we might want to here. Or we could take Unholy Heat. Our deck is kind of Delirium based. And this is 6 damage, answers most things if you have Delirium. That's really tough. The Ornithopter might be more important since we don't really have stuff that's helping us play all the cards we want to play. Another Graceful Restoration. That's a huge sign here. I think I'm just going to grab it. The other option is a second Scuttle Tide. They do stack in the sense that they both pump your crabs, but it's sort of a redundant activated ability. You can activate one or the other, doesn't really matter. Mistvault Bridge would be nice, but I think we're going to grab this Restoration. Scour the Desert. Probably we just want this bridge. Scour the Desert is a really nice one with Landscaper Kolos, but we only have one Landscaper Kolos, and I guess Junkwinder if that ever dies. Regent. And if we're going to splash these really solid cards, Prophetic Titans and whatnot, we want this land. Because at this point, we have good cards, we just need to be able to play them. Soul of Migration. Yes, I think that's what we want. We already have one step through without too many things to find with it. The Helix might be okay, but I like Soul of Migration, especially now that we have two Graceful Restorations. And it's late enough that we just need to get something going. Another Hard Evidence, the more of these we have, the better Junkwinder is going to be, and I hope that is good, because that is one I like a lot. We have tons of cards to play, we just need the fixing, and this is one we don't have access to yet. White-black, so let's grab that. Black-green, we don't need that. But we do need another red-blue if we're going to make these splash cards work. Maybe we don't need to do Storm God's Oracle, but it'd be really cool if we could get Prophetic Titan to work somehow. Guiltblade Prowler. Solitary Confinement, another one of those pieces to the enchantment deck, and you can really make it work. You hide behind this where you can't be targeted, can't take damage, and then you have some win condition like milling or whatever, some unblockable creature, and then as long as you can survive enough turns off the confinement, you can win in some non-interactive way. I'll take the Prowler. We have a couple ways of discarding. Lose Focus, Crypt Keeper, and Cabal Initiate. Huh. No token makers. Well, I guess Fairgrounds Patrol kind of is. I'll take the Initiate and another Scuttle Tide. Great. Yeah, two of those makes Guiltblade Prowler a lot better. Take Break Ties just because. Canticle or Air Amoeba. Take Canticle. You kind of want to diversify things. I don't want too many Air Amoebas, and once you have one in play, that should be good enough. We're already going to need cuts, so I'd rather have things that like might be really good out of the sideboard. For each instant sorcery card exiled with it. Murktide Regent. Who knows how good this will be, but a 2-mana 4/4 flyer could be decent. Second Step Through. Well, it doesn't just find the Titan, it also finds the Curator. Last pick Arcus Acolyte. I guess that deck's not being drafted. White, blue. Oh, and it finds Ethereum Spinner. So it's a lot better than I thought here. And it also helps us discard for the Guiltblade Prowler. So this is kind of a three-way. Our pool here is kind of split in three directions. Those directions being discard, tokens, Junkwinder, and reanimation with restoration. The Junkwinder is so good and so dominant that it'd be nice to build around that. Graceful Restoration can support it. And then discard. Let's see what we have for discard. I guess discard is kind of an afterthought, but if you have a bunch of Scuttle Tides, it's nice to have things that are good with discarding. Yeah, I guess we will focus on the tokens. The tokens. Okay, great. Regent. Just glad we opened it. Tokens, tokens, tokens. So like black, blue tokens. I mean, usually you're doing a green blue token deck. But here, hopefully we'll see that that doesn't have to be the case, that blue can work just as well. Of course, we're going to need a bunch of cuts, but let's get in most of the things that work well with it. Soul of Migration, that's nice with tokens. And then double Restoration. Prophetic Titan is just about good enough to splash here, especially off these aerialists. I thought we had a third one, but maybe I remember picking up the Spinner. But a third one would be really good. At least one step through is definitely in, as long as we're playing this Titan. And then that lets us play Curator. We don't need Landscape or Kolos unless we're up against a deck where we want to take a card out of their graveyard, which is not uncommon. I mean, a lot of times there's some value from the graveyard, be it Wonder, which gives all their creatures flying, or some reanimation target, or something with Scavenge. There are many things at work in this format. Let's play Air Amoeba, Dahada's Ploy, Breathless Night. Obviously the Flay Essences and the Bone Shards. I think we do well with Ornithopter, Prismatic Ending. We don't need these. And it'd be fun to play the Murktide Regent, but I'm not sure how good that is here. I mean, it's probably pretty good. Late game, it's a 2-mana 5/5 flyer, 6/6 flyer. It doesn't do very well to reanimate it, but it's a big, cheap flyer. Doesn't work particularly synergistically with the Prophetic Titan. I think it's worth playing. I don't know if we have room for it. Everything else here looks pretty important for this deck. Unless we cut an entire color. I like Dahada's Ploy, I like the Regent. So what, start over again, I guess. What don't we need? We could cut Step Through, although I like how that works with Ethereum Spinner. I think we need Step Through. Maybe we don't need both Scuttle Tides. But they, again, they synergize well together. Ornithopter of Paradise. It's one of our few things to do early, and we certainly have enough colors going on. This is tough. Why don't we cut Aeromoeba? We don't need that. And at least one more card. Because our curve is kind of high. I mean, we can cast Junkwinder early. Step Through Cycles. Prismatic Ending is early. Okay, I think I figured it out. We cut one of these graceful restorations. The first one should be really good. The second one might just get stuck in our hand. And I really don't see anything else to cut here. I was thinking Ornithopter, but that just helps smooth over our draw so much. We should be powerful enough and needy enough for mana that this really helps. It's one of our few things to do early. Curator is a wonderful card to get with Step Through, and kills things in our deck's kind of removal light. Dahada's Ploy, super important. Breathless Night, nice to have around. None of our other 3-drops are really worth cutting. Yeah, the rest is too important, unless we wanted to cut Murktide Regent, but that also seems like a little bit too much value. Even if it's kind of vanilla, it's vanilla and big and cheap and flying, and those things usually, if it's evasive, I suppose it's not vanilla. But okay, here we go. So let's, now that we know what we're playing, let's figure out how we're playing it, and the mana balance. 13, 8, 5, 1. Fortunately, we do have some lands to help us. 13, 8, 5. So we don't need quite as much white. I think it wants us to play more white because we have Soul of Migration, but I don't think we'll be casting that for 7 mana very often. Certainly we could, but I expect to be evoking it more often. Then we also have very few ways of getting basics, so it's possible we don't need the mountain, and that we can get by with cutting that for a bridge, 1 red source, and heck, some of the time we're just going to be getting this for with Graceful Restoration or Late to Dinner. Still worth it, I would say. Probably not worth it to also play the Oracle, even though that's a really good one. And then we have this Esper trio of lands, so we cut 1 of each of those, and that gives us pretty good mana here. 9 blue for all those turn 1 hard evidences. 5 black. Going to be a little tough for Flay Essence, but let's see what we can do. Maybe we play another black. So 6 black, 4 white. That's about right here. And then 2 red, why not? That looks pretty good to me. These aerialists let us cast our like 1 of whatever, Late to Dinner or Prophetic Titan. So they help a lot. And what else? Flay Essence, sometimes we'll need the double black for that. But 6 black will get you there eventually. It's just a matter of, are you willing to wait for the card? And I think yes. For something like Flay Essence, you're totally willing to wait for it. It's super important and powerful. Yeah, so I like this. The one color we might be hurting for is white, but again, Ornithopter of Paradise, double burdened aerialist, should let us cast things if we really need to, when we need to. Put all these here, kind of in their more likely spots. Great. Clean up the sideboard a bit so we can take a little screenshot. But there it is. The Esper token reanimation hybrid synergy. I'll see you in the games. Round 1. Yes, we'll play first and keep this fine hand. It has just about everything we need. See how early we can get this Murktide Regent down. Start with blue, we'll go Scuttletide into Aerialist. We're literally not missing any color, or even double of any color. What have we here? Abundant Harvest. To get a land. Black-green. Could be a squirrel deck. Does this help us get something that we need now? I don't think so. We don't know what we need. It gets a 3-drop, a 5-drop, and a 6-drop. What did they... Oh, Profane Tutor. Gotcha. Just get Aerialist going, put some pressure on. In 2 turns, they get any card from their deck. Jewel-Eyed Cobra. Hard Evidence is nice. It's going to be difficult getting Delirium. Do we want to crack this treasure now? Probably not. Do we want to do Soul of Migration now? Also probably not. Let's just do Hard Evidence and crack the clue, attack for 3. And if we've got 4 mana this turn, we... Oh wow. Okay, yeah, Silver Bluff Bridge. And then pretty soon we're going to be stepping through for some good stuff. Although it would be nice to get Delirium before that point. Here they get their Profane advantage. Just Demonic Tutor. We don't even get to see what it is. But so far, we're not really seeing any strong synergy, so we'll have to see what they were able to concoct. That's spicy. Mountain. They're going to attack first and then, I don't know, suspend something. It's not worth losing our crab yet. We have a few cards in our deck that would really benefit it. And if we can get that Delirium, that all-important Delirium, then we're in good shape. So it's pretty easy to get creature and even land into our graveyard. We already have sorcery. But how do we get the third type? Well, anyway, let's start with this. Evoke this, discard land. I don't mind attacking into Ripley Vance with the Aerialist. Without giving it flying. The other option we have is to step through to get a wizard. 5 mana. I'll throw a bird in front of this Cobra just so we can secure the race a little bit better. Goblin and Narcomancer. So this is a Jund Storm deck so far. Cast a bunch of spells each turn. Get some good value. They need like a 2-drop and a 3-drop, and then they can go off with Ripley Vance this turn. Doesn't look like they're going to do that. Daggertooth is a funny one to see. Maybe just no attacks here. So what do we want? We could find the killer, but I'd rather Scuttle-Tide away the swamp this turn. Maybe we bounce 2 creatures. Is that crazy? Ah, I think I've got it. We have Scuttle-Tide at Delirium if we want it here. So why don't we just attack and leave all our crabs up to block? And hope they can't do 3 spells this turn, but even if they do, it's not the end of the world. We can kill Ripley Vance later. 3 crabs here. We'll discard to find a giant. Yeah, that's 3 mana to get both of those. And then once we've used up all our Delirium, Murktide Regent gets a bit better. Here they come. Maybe. Discard Silver Bluff Bridge. And I think we're pretty safe to do this nonsense. What if they have an instant speed answer to the Aerialist? Then they kill an extra crab? I guess I don't want that. So let's just do it this way. See what happens. Oh, they're just going to trade off. Maybe they needed the treasure, but yeah, the proliferation is kind of wasted. So what are they going to do? Ripley Vance and kill a bird or a crab? The scarier thing is that they, the 3 spells they cast, but they've only got 3 cards in hand, so they'd have to have a really particular combination of things to make that work. And sometimes you just overthink it. Like, you want to imagine your opponent with like the best possible stuff. and see if we can beat that. End step, Wizard Cycling, here we go. And yeah, it's got to be Prophetic Titan. Maybe we'll draw untapped land. Even then, it's tempting to crack the treasure. We've got all our colors. Yeah, let's do the plains. I need red. Default mana is blue. Let's do that. Okay, so they know we have the Titan. They're not the colors of countering anything. Hopefully they don't exile our graveyard. Let's kill... What's scarier? Oh, you know what I bet they have? 4, 5, 6, 7. I bet they have that storm spell. That makes a bunch of 4/4s. Let's kill the Anarchomancer. And if they have the storm spell, they'll have to crack their treasure unless we do this now. So let's do it now and get Guiltblade Prowler. That's a good one. They won't be flying, so we can get in with these two. I'm surprised they wouldn't have done it in response if they had it. No, they just didn't have it. Forget the name of the card, of course, but... 2? Oh wow, they're doing it. They're going to get Ripley Vance to kill Prophetic Titan. And killing the Anarchomancer did not stop that from happening. But fortunately, I think we're okay, even still. Oh boy. So if they attack with Ripley Vance, I can discard the Regent to kill it here. Or the Guiltblade Prowler. Now what is better to do? The Regent just kills them in a couple turns. Let's go ahead and discard the Prowler. So they can only kill one, you know, we do end up killing this. Oh, they've got the Scrappling, what am I doing? Not worth it. Oh well, they still only kill one crab. Maybe that wasn't worth it, but this puts them in pretty poor spot. Yeah, recalibrate, all right. Might have to save that one. I think I wasn't thinking about the Mer Scrappling, so that was a misplay. And I don't have as many resources as I would have, so that could have been a problem. Do we care about... What do we care about here? Do we care about Delirium? 4 card types. If we get rid of all our sorceries, and we don't have Delirium anymore, that might be okay. This becomes a 5/5. It's okay as a 4/4. We get them to 8 here. I think we preserve Delirium, so let's do this. Let's get rid of Hard Evidence, Swamp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cancel. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hard Evidence. And that makes this a 4/4. I think that's fair. Could have made it a 5/5. But that does kill them in the air here. And next turn we have like draw, discard, bounce, draw. On their upkeep, they're surveilling, which gives them 1 less blocker. Surveil Squirrel Sovereign to the graveyard. We haven't seen a big squirrel theme yet, so it looks like this deck's a bit all over the place. But I'm sure they have a couple of those 5-drops that make 2 squirrels. Smell fear. Yeah, that's a good one to get. Means they can't attack with it, however. So what do we do? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Flay Essence this guy. And they have no response to it. They can't even kill it. Okay, so we gain some life. We attack for 4. They might kill a bird, but I'm okay with that. Attack for 3. And we still want to wait on this recalibrate. Mostly, it's just going to be a way to... Oh, they want to keep one on top. Oh, wow, better be good. Okay, they just don't want to show us any more information. All right. Anything especially good here? Turok's Canticle might be good. Just to get all those crazy cards out of their hand. But our deck is so finely tuned that I can't imagine anything too different. Wow, Flay Essence is so good. Wasn't even close. That game wasn't even close after that Flay Essence. Keep it. Serves me right, though. I got rid of the 2/2 instead of the captain. And they were able to like kill a 4/4 because of it. Okay, it doesn't change much, but it's nice to have white though here. Next turn, I expect we'll just Scuttle Tide. No attacks. Oh, check this out. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do Ornithopter of Paradise. They might kill it, but it's not the end of the world. We weren't going to be using Scuttle Tide immediately anyway. See what they do here. Arcbound Tracker. It's a little annoying. Silver Bluff Bridge? That almost might be good to discard. How many artifacts do they have? The thing is, we could just kill... We could try to kill the tracker and then kill the scrappling. Or something. Maybe we want to work towards Junkwinder as soon as possible. Well, anyway, let's... If that's the case, instant sorcery artifact land. Why don't we discard Silver Bluff Bridge? Seems a bit crazy, but I think it'll work. I mean, it'll work in some sense. And then we have a blocker for the Scrappling, which is good. It'll work in that we can do it. I don't know if it'll work in that we'll win the game afterwards. Good mana from them. Tracker gets in for 2. Not much I want to do about that. I know I want to be making tokens to make Junkwinder that much better. And Archimancer. Yeah, it's funny to see this in their deck, but I guess being a Storm deck and all, it makes some kind of sense. There's 2 card types. Okay, I see. Then maybe we want to go straight for Dihada's Ploy now. Try to get some lands. There's a land. Well, that makes it a little easier. Why don't we... give up this Prophetic Titan. And then we can restore it next turn. 4 types in our graveyard. Oh, anything else good we want to do? No, I don't suppose there is. We could sacrifice our crab to Bone Shards the Anarchomancer. That might be good. Game is tough. All right, let's do that. No. Let's just pass it. Let's just pass it. Getting too far ahead here. What we might do is discard the Aerialist, because we need a creature in our graveyard. Discard the Aerialist. Hopefully they don't kill the Ornithopter. Oh, check it out. Yeah, this is great. The Abundant Harvest. Oh, they don't have a second green. Ouch. Their deck is really biting them here. So let's discard the Aerialist. Double block. And if they both cast a second spell and put the Merce Grappling counter on it, that's pretty bad. They're just going to keep it alive, which means Bone Shards can kill it, or heck, my Prophetic Titan can kill it. End step. All right, looking good. Do we want that first? It's a bit greedy. Or types. Yeah, let's just get this. Prophetic Titan comes back. Kill the tracker. Kill it dead. Good cards. Late to Dinner or Flay Essence. Let's get Late to Dinner because Flay Essence is not as good as a second Titan. Attack. Get 1 damage in. Not worth it. We know they have Squirrel Sovereign in their hand. For 1 mana. That's why they're playing it. A 1 mana 2/2. 3 mana, or 4 mana thing here. Jewel-Eyed Cobra. Easy to mistap with an Archomancer, especially when it doesn't matter. Alright, Storm Count 2 here. Yeah, great. Well, they don't know that I got Late to Dinner. But I did. Funny if they played the Sovereign off their thing. Yeah, this is just so over. It's tempting to do Junkwinder here. Got 2 tokens, so it's 5 mana. Or we could do 4 tokens and it's 3 mana, and then discard. Or we could just get back Prophetic Titan. They concede to this for sure. Well, they lose to it if they don't concede to it. Shoot, that's good. That is too much good stuff. Scuttletide makes all our crabs for the rest of the game huge. Murktide Regent makes a giant monster. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for conceding. There's just too much good stuff here. Great. On to the next match. Round 2 on the play. Let's do that and keep this hand. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think we do keep it, but we definitely need to draw something. If it didn't have all of our colors, we might think about throwing it back. This is the worst. This is the worst 7 mana 3/3 flyer that I can imagine. It's a great 2 mana 6/6 flyer, but it's not a great 7 mana 3/3 flyer, especially when we don't have any, whatever it is, like reanimation. Maybe I should have played Bridge there, but we can literally play any of our other colors. And we don't have double colors on turn 2. But let's get, yeah, let's get all our tap lands in here. Maybe that's wrong not to save this to discard. Maybe that's wrong. Especially since we have so much blue and white. Yeah, I should have saved the Bridge to discard. Generally early, you're happy enough playing out your tapped lands. Maybe we'll find another one. Got like 3 more in the deck. Another black-green deck. Let's see what's going on. with this one. Any cycler would be a great draw, as long as they don't kill the Prowler. Chitter Spitter! Yeek. Yeah. Well. Scuttletide. And play Plains. And let's just do this now, because if we discard and in response they kill the Prowler, well, I guess we've still already discarded a card, but still, let's just get that done. They're not doing the thing where they make a token and then sacrifice something. What is this? It's a solid one. I guess they get rid of Restoration here. Four mana Grief. You get rid of Restoration. It makes Murktide Regent a little better. And then I cast Jihadist Ploy at 5, 6, 7. I could get a 4/4 Regent next turn. Put a lot of pressure on. Some of me wants to work towards this Scuttletide, which shouldn't be too difficult, unless we're exiling everything to Murktide Regent. Maybe we should just cut Murktide Regent. Yeah, they end up getting the Graceful Restoration. We don't have a good answer to Chitter Spitter, so that is a bit of a pain. Jihadist Ploy. Let's do Jihadist Ploy here. And then we can draw the card. That's good. Why don't we get rid of Murktide Regent? I really don't like it here. It's probably fine, but I just don't like it. Draw a card. And now we've got the 4 types. And I call that good for us. Good for us, 4 types. Pass it. Oh dear. They're still not getting anything with Chitter Spitter. We have a little time. I hope. Foundation Breaker to kill Scuttletide. Ouch. Good thing we have redundant Scuttletides, but not yet we don't. Well, the joke is they had no answer to the Regent. It might be worth just playing it and seeing what happens. Can't do Essence yet. We can draw more off Jihadist Ploy. Let's see about discarding Ornithopter of Paradise. Black, white, blue. Jihadist Ploy. Discard the Ornithopter. I think it's just the worst of these 3 anyway. Then discard another card. Huh. I don't think we want Recalibrate right now. I could be wrong. Now we do this. And pass it. We're digging. I was hoping to get land there. We can kill this Grief, but until we do, we're taking 3 a turn off of it. Yeah, this is the turn where they play a bunch of squirrels. No, they're not even doing that. So next turn, I guess, we'll see. Oh, that's such a good draw. I might let them invest into it a little bit before getting rid of it. That's the plan anyway. Do we have anything to discard? I just want to draw a card here. Is that so much to ask? Draw land. Nice. Yeah, I'll take it. And then how about I don't love our creatures. How about we just, yeah, let's kill Grief with Bone Shards, discarding, or no, sacrificing a crab. Let's kill Grief. And then we have a blocker for the Dagger Tooth. No, we don't want them to reanimate it, though. Sacrifice a creature. Let's kill the Dagger Tooth, then. Yeah. So we'll take another 3, but then we have Flay Essence for the Grief, and the, yeah, we can get our wizard here. God, step through is good. Oh, and we can draw a card after doing it. Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, so now they are doing Chitter Spitter, but Prismatic Ending is so good that they won't actually get any value out of it. In fact, they don't even get a squirrel out of it because they ate their own squirrel for it already. The only thing they could do to protect it is like, yeah, that 1 white spell. All right, goodbye Prowler. Let's see, they'll exploit the Breaker to kill the Prowler, and in response I'll discard a card to get Prophetic Titan, and then pay a life. God, this guy's expensive in the life department. And that means I get to kill the Curator, and they get 1 squirrel, I guess. Nothing can be done about that. What are my 1-drops? See if we can get a picture of the deck here. Hard Evidence and Bone Shards. I think I've used all of those. Maybe we have one Hard Evidence left, so it doesn't hurt to do this. We kill the Curator, and we get Junkwinder. And then we can block the Grief. Junkwinder into Aerialist. They kill our crab, which is not actually great for us. Kind of hope they don't attack here. World Weary there. Okay, well now I definitely hope they don't attack. Yeah, the temptation would be to have another turn of development, but I think I just need to answer the threats first. So Flay Essence and Prismatic Ending looks like the way to go. Or Prophetic Titan, but no, I think we need Prismatic Ending and Flay Essence. And Prismatic Ending here. White, blue, red. Thankfully I left enough up to do it. Yep, you got a 1/1. Squirrel. Go. Three, 6, 7, 6. So we can... I don't know what we're supposed to do here. I guess we can do Aerialist and then Junkwinder. Oh, man. I might just do Late to Dinner. Late to Dinner, Prophetic Titan. Kill the Gorger, because I don't want to take any damage off of that. We get another Scuttletide. That's perfect. We don't need Flay Essence here. 4, 5, 6, 7. We could do Junkwinder. Let's just do that. It gives them a chance to kill Junkwinder, but I feel like that's okay. Not the end of the world, because the rest of what we have is pretty good. We only have 12 cards left, which is one area of concern. But they'll die pretty quickly to this. Scuttle Tide. Aerialist. Token taps the squirrel. Sure. They might have this spell that exiles a tapped creature, but they might have a lot of things, and I'm not going to play around it until I know. And if they have it, you know, it taps them out of white here. Cool. Yeah, so what are they doing? I guess they're trying to do squirrels. I don't love Canticle as much against this deck. Step Through was great, obviously. Graceful Restoration was great, but we already have those things in our deck. We don't need to go too crazy here. Just run it back. And the 16 lands is coming to bite me. Otherwise a good hand, but this has to be a mulligan, and this one looks good enough to eat. Let's throw back blue here, because we need the double black, and we only really need one blue, except for that Murktide Regent. Oh, opponent mulligan to 6 the first game. I don't know if I pointed that out. And we mulligan to 6 this game, and they're griefing us by exiling Loathsome Curator on the play. I feel like that can't be right. What do they like? What do they take? Scuttle Tide? Fine. You can enjoy your 4 cards. It's not. I mean, it's not the worst play in the world, but I think they wanted to catch something a little higher profile. Oh, they're persisting it. Jeez. It's funny, we actually gain a life for the counter that we exile off of Grief here. Wow. Okay, their play just got a lot better. Now they got a 3 for 3 instead of a 1 for 2. Goodbye Flay Essence. Hard Evidence. I think we just do Ornithopter here. Gives us more options next turn. Turn 3, they have the land and everything. This might not work out so well for us. Chitter Spitter. But they didn't exile any of our ways of dealing with Chitter Spitter. So that's nice. Late to dinner. But we need to dig hard for an answer. So I think our best bet here is Hard Evidence, Aerialist. And then what? Ugh. Yeah, find the answer. We need the answers. Give us the answers. Liquimetal Torque. That doesn't seem great. I'll block here. This looks a little strange, but we might want Late to Dinner, and we don't have anywhere to cast it right now. Jihadist Ploy, that's probably what we want here. Maybe. Yeah, we're really looking. We really want to find an answer to this thing. Step Through. If we discard the land, we have Delirium. Wow, this game's hard. I think I should have cracked the Kloof first. Yeah, this might be a bit slow, but I think we want to to do it this way. We've got one counter on that already. Just pass it. Chitter Spitter. So what Step Through does is it lets us get the wizard that can not only kill a squirrel, but find an answer to the Chitter Spitter, which is a one squirrel army. Look at this guy. The squirrel that was smart enough to figure out that you just need to throw acorns to make an army. Prowler. Get a clue. Crack this clue for a land. Play essence. Oh dear. It's not bad. There's our first dude. And I think what they'll do is make a squirrel, sack it, and attack for 3. We could even use this to bounce 2 squirrels, and that should buy us a lot of time as well. But once the Chitter Spitter's gone, they just don't have anything left. So what we do is draw the wizard, and then draw a land, cast the wizard, kill the squirrel. And that's got to be good enough. So I really don't want them to kill this Ornithopter of Paradise, because that's what's holding this plan together. Come on. Prophetic Titan. Great. Come on, land. It's okay. Yeah. That's okay. So now I guess they want to make this squirrel into a 4/4. So this is tying up a little bit of their time here. No, they're not doing that yet. So I'll try to trade with it. No matter how small a squirrel is, it always kills the aerialist. I never read this flavor text before. Curse this glorious golden weight. Reminds me of Firefly. He threw me out first! Got him. Got the squirrel. Oh no, 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 no. Why is this happening? Oh no. Well, the good news is they can't take both of these. Oh my god. How many griefs look, good grief. How many griefs do you need? Yeah, that was scary, but unfortunately for them, it does discard the card. It doesn't exile it. Good grief. If anything, Late to Dinner just makes it easier for me to use, but it means I can't get it back an additional time, or only one additional time. My deck is sweet. Yeah, so they'll take Late to Dinner, so we can't do this so many times, and we have to sacrifice most of our treasures for the honor here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 card types. Let's kill Grief. Let's kill Chaos. And then we don't actually find an answer, but Graceful Restoration seems like the way to go. What do we have to discard? Or what do we have to get back? Aerialist, and that's all right now. Yeah, our deck is sweet. They have not been going all in on this Chitter Spitter, but it's kind of hard to do it turn after turn, so it's hard to blame them. Army of 3/3 squirrels. 1/1. which means if they make a squirrel, they can kind of kill the Titan, which I encourage. I think I want them to kill the Titan. Oh no! Not my beautiful Titan. What have they done? My irreplaceable Titan. Good stuff. I do want to kill this crawler. Giving creatures with 1/1 counters trample is pretty good. Now I guess we just want Junkwinder. That can race these squirrels for sure. The Torque is a funny one to see. If you have a lot of artifact removal, it can combo to kill basically anything. Or even just a little bit. Like if they make Junkwinder into an artifact and then naturalize it. What do I do? No way of getting it back now. I'm surprised they actually went to kill this when each of their squirrels becomes a 5/5 eventually. Play Essence. Still can't find an answer. Maybe we'll draw it eventually, but it's tough to imagine. 2 tokens, so that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this guy, and then blue to tap down Chitter Spitter and Daggertooth. Yeah, good luck. Goodbye Daggertooth, goodbye Chitter Spitter. I could keep the Torque tapped down to prevent that thing I was talking about. But this stops them from getting an additional squirrel here. I don't mind attacking. It's looking grim for them. Next turn we have Ploy to help find more tokens. Oh, they're just gonna chump it. I wonder if they have a Wrath. There's Dam, but that, to kill everything, that's double white. Gorger, we're at 16 life this time, so that thing doesn't scare me. Nice, Murktide Regent. How big can it get here? Well, shoot, it's hard to even see this. Play Essence, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we can exile like 6 things and make it a 9/9, or no, 5 things and make it an 8/8. That's got to be good enough. We want to what? Leave a sorcery, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Murktide Regent. 8/8. Love it. Save Flay Essence. Save Flay Essence, save Dahada's Ploy. Good luck. Essentially they're at 12 here, if they want to be. And if they throw away the Daggertooth, their squirrel gets bigger. So I might not even block the Daggertooth. Okay, Liquimetal Torque on this, so they might kill our 8/8 flyer, which is like a big, nice vanilla creature, but it's not that important. It does kill them next turn, I suppose. You got it. 8/8 is gone. Let's try Dihada's Ploy first. Oh, no, I don't want to discard either of these. So let's just crack the clue, see what we get. They're coming back here. Give some credit to this. Play essence. Need some tokens. Discard this guy. Discard this. Gain some life. Play a flyer. Eventually, we will find the answer to Chitter Spitter. Until then, I suppose we just bide our time. Make a squirrel chump block with it and sacrifice it. Or they could block, yeah, they could block it with Daggertooth and a squirrel. In which case, I guess we just trade it with Daggertooth. And then their squirrels become 4/4s. That's tough. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, might still lose this. We looked pretty deep for the answer to Chitter Spitter, but we only have one in the deck. And my life total's healthy, and I do have, I mean, they dealt with the Regent. I do have the Breathless Knight to get some racing done. But they have Vermin Gorger, which also gets a lot of racing done. I mean, it's just as fast as my Breathless Knight. That's good. That's a really solid play here. Let's start with that, in fact. Let's go this. Sacrifice the crab. Kill the Vermin Gorger. And then maybe they'll sacrifice the Breaker, who knows. Nope. Okay, so let's swing in the air. And I'm not above playing this Prowler here. We can use the Flay Essence for a surprise attack. Now it's tough. Do you make a 4/4, or do you give 2 1/1 counters to your existing squirrels? Not an easy choice, but 6/6 are a lot better than 4/4s here. Uh-oh. They do have a good deck to stand toe-to-toe with us for this long. They also had a good start. They griefed us 3 times. If you remember that. I certainly remember. Here they go. World Weary on the Breathless Knight. Plus a squirrel. They just don't want us to win. It feels like that anyway. Yes! Yes. Yes. Okay. Let's just do that now. We need black. 3 colors. We did it. Time to celebrate. So they get a 1/1. Nice 1/1. So that even lets us attack with this Junk Winder. They can't kill this. They could kill that unless we Flay Essenced the Breaker. But it's really not worth it to Flay Essence the Breaker. No, I don't think so. I mean, they trade their whole board for the Curator. Right? And don't they just chump this too? Yeah. And then next turn, they're pretty dead. Or at least we get in 7. Well, like, they need multiple blockers. No, hold on, we lost the curator. Never mind, they're not dead next turn. But we've got more stuff. Our board is better. Let's put it that way. We both have access to 7 mana. Aha! I wish they had something to tap down. Okay, great. So that's match 2. On to the finals. Round 3. And we get to play. That's good, and a good hand. Somehow we have all of our colors here. So we're set to go. Now, the Razortide Bridge is better to discard, but the Silver Bluff Bridge doesn't add any mana that we can use early. So I think we go Razortide Bridge here and just don't discard it. And probably not discard this either, but you know, we might draw a mountain, in which case we could. Pretty easy hard evidence into Bridge here. Regent. Yeah, Regent is really not at its best in this format. It's sort of a better, like, I don't know, modern something or other style card. Black. Aerialist. Get some damage in. Is this an affinity or modular deck, I wonder? I don't really know what we're up against. Let's see if they cycle here. Nope. Monoskelion. Yeah, looks like some kind of modular deck. Not the worst thing in the world. I got my treasure, which was the important part. Oh, interesting. The spinner would be good. The spinner's super good. And they have like one shot at killing it. Yeah, let's go for it. And then we get to get him. So what I really don't want to see here is some modular creature. White doesn't have any of those, does it? Worse yet, a way to put 1/1 counters on Skellion so they can kill the spinner. But if they just pass it to us, I'm happy enough with that. Let's do it. Let's just curate this thing. I'll give up a crab here to kill the Skellion. Yeah, let's kill the crab. Take down the Skellion, which is kind of a combo card for some decks. And I'm not above attacking here. If they have a way of exiling it, better that than the Curator. Like, this has great late game prospects, but the Curator just kills them in 3 hits. Along with the Thopter. Whoa, what did they just do? They just discarded Dahada's Ploy, so it's a mirror match, besides the red. Although they might have red too. Who knows? Regent, 5, 6, I could play the Regent as a 4/4 and make another 1/1. I'm not above that. Let's do that. That's good value here. Air Elemental plus a 1/1. Clean up our graveyard a little bit. What's going to happen though? They're going to play Out of Time and exile our whole board for 5 turns. We could beat that too. What is this? Damn! Oh, okay, sure. Yep. That sounds about right. Let's go ahead and Dahada's Ploy. Find something else to do. Pick up the pieces. Discard. I'm going to discard the bridge here. And then draw a card from the clue. This is the card I was talking about. Restoration is almost going to be good here, and we get to kill their first two big things, but yeah, the problem is... they just killed 3 creatures for nothing. Spinner. Well, I'm not above Flay Essencing that, I guess. Step Through is incredible here. Yes. Yes. Alright, let's Flay Essence the Spinner. And get a big monster. Discerning Taste. Yeah, nice mirror match here. I think we're still running one Discerning Taste main, which we just haven't seen. They've got their Flay Essence, so they got something better than Flay Essence, huh? I hope it's not counter magic. This is it, though. This is our edge, is our red splash. Knighted Myrrh. Well, I'm not so worried about that here. Titan. I'm pretty sure we have Delirium. When in doubt, if you can cast Prophetic Titan, you should cast it. That's usually how that works. What do we want? Bone Shards? Yeah, it's probably the best here. And then pass it. So a ton of answers. Make our graveyard bigger for the time being. Yeah, we can get back a 3/3 flyer, not great. We can get back Curator, which could be good, or Spinner. But it'd be nice to have another 2-power creature, or just wait until Prophetic Titan dies again. Here, let's close it like that. Second Discerning Taste. I wonder if they found Knighted Myrrh with their first Discerning Taste. That's kind of unlikely, because they put Flay Essence there. Esper Sentinel, that's a nice one. Alright, we are on the attack. Scuttle-Tide looks good. Yeah, let's attack. They've got Dahada's Ploy in their graveyard as well. Anyway, Scuttle-Tide, Prowler, and then forget to leave up black. Looks good. We don't really want to discard anything here. They're at 7. Mostly, we just want them to kill the Prophetic Titan. Main phase Surveilling. That means they have a reanimation spell and they want to find something to get back. Loathsome Curator. Yes! Okay. Or it just means they're doing it to kill the Prowler, which we can get back. Yeah, good for them. Just get it back. Huh, more Scuttle-Tides. We probably just want to kill this Curator. Why not? Why not both? Get that back. Kill the Curator. Discarding Scuttle-Tide? Better yet, exile this guy. Play another Scuttle-Tide. Oh, shoot, forgot about that thing. Play another Scuttle-Tide so all our crabs get bigger. All of what crabs, you say? Yeah, good question. But a crab is enough to kill them if they have no blockers. Or if they kill Prophetic Titan. That's the way to do it! Yeah, we're not going to get a crab here. We're going to attack for 4, bone shards away the Prophetic Titan, and then get it back immediately. Yes, that's the way. And this is a really hard... Not that they really want to attack here, but this is a hard cell to attack into this. Curator gives him another blocker. Yeah, be my guest. Oh man. Yeah, I guess I just let them block here, huh? They've got a food anyway, so it's not like we're killing them. We should just kill this Vermin Gorger. How many ways of getting it back do they have? Who knows? Oh! They've got unbounded potential! Oh, it's so much potential. Too much potential. Alright, fine. So we want Prophetic Titan back. White, black, leave a black up. And I think we want to kill this Vermin Gorger. Because otherwise they just sack it and we lose 2 life. Yeah, what about this? Recalibrate, obviously. Yeah, okay. And then pass it. Yikes! Exile target creature. Okay, so they exile the Titan, they get in for 6. And fortunately, we have just enough to kill Dakon here. Ah, and they want to block. They want to block with that. But that's okay. We're just going to Bone Shards Dakon anyway. Discarding a swamp, recalibrating the Curator, I guess. Discard the swamp. Gotcha. Yeah, do remember this kills Planeswalkers. And then recalibrate the Curator, which just draws us a card, which is nice. Makes it smaller. Prismatic Ending is a nice thing to fall back on. And a little Breathless Night, even though it's not going to get much bigger this game. 8 life. 4 hits of this thing. Prismatic Ending kills anything up to 4 converted mana cost until we get a treasure, then it can kill 5. And yeah, it's good to keep track of what you put on the bottom. We put a lot of our worst cards on the bottom. I think 6 cards on the bottom. Hottest Ploy, yeah, we can still do that. Still go up to 10 life here. Discarding Nykthos Paragon, that's exciting. Nykthos Paragon, Dakon, Shadow Slayer. Richard Kane Ferguson art, nice. And they're getting Soul of Migration back, which is pretty good against what I have going on. Let's, the Hottest Ploy. 2 can play at that game. Discard a card, oh no! Oh, we don't have double white. I guess we just get rid of Soul of Migration here. Not too bad. And then pass it. And then get... oh, they exiled it. They exiled their good creature. So we get one creature back. What would we want to get back? What are they doing? Disciple of the Sun to get Dakon back. So they can exile the Breathless Knight, but then we exile Dakon. It's just never ending here. I think they exile Breathless Knight. That's the way to go here. Prismatic Ending. White, black, blue. Goodbye. And then we get our best creature back, but unfortunately I just don't know what that is. Probably Soul of Migration. But also possibly this Gilt-Blade Prowler. Now why would that be good? I think we better do Soul of Migration. Because we still have one really good card up our sleeve, which is the Junkwinder. So we kind of want to survive and hold off to that. Then these Scuttletides make 2/5 crabs. What is this attack? What are they doing? Who knows? Damn was crazy. Okay, they're gonna Unbounded Potential to slay us here, to actively and completely annihilate us. But that's okay. It is worth saving this land, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And honestly, saving the food. 11. Oh, they're really going for it here, aren't they? I don't think I can beat this. And they've got the food to put 3 on each of these things. Yeah, I think this is just lethal. Utterly lethal. But I can maybe survive it here. Go to 1. Draw Junkwinder a little bit too late. Huh. I should have cracked the food last turn. Now we're just showing them what we have. A little too late. A little too late here. Ichthos Paragon was sweet. Esper Sentinel's another good one. I'm trying to think here. It's also an enchantment, so Break Ties could be good against it. We didn't make much use of Scuttlетide here. Their stuff's really good. Kolos could be good. A lot of options. Murktide Regent. Yeah, we were ahead for a lot of that and then didn't really end up ahead in the end. They played really well. Ornithopter, the Flay Essences are good. I guess we kind of drew things a little out of order, but it was hard to complain about how that went because it did go pretty well for us. I like the idea of Canticle. Let's take out a Scuttle-Tide and just maybe shred their hand with Canticle. Even though half the stuff we can get rid of, they can get back. Looks good. So we start with black, I guess. I don't think it matters for anything in our deck. Paradise. That lets us Prismatic Ending something really scary. God, they got Dakon back. That's crazy. Let's go ahead and cast a Spinner here before Turok's Canticle. I doubt they'll kill it. They play their own Spinner. They play their own Spinner. We can get a 1/1 by Prismatic Ending this for 3 colors, or heck, even 3 colors with 4 mana cost. Let's do that. Actually, no. The Prismatic Ending is too good here. This is really tough, actually. Oh, let's just Curator. That's not that tough. I want them to, like, resolve Dakon, Prismatic Ending it, and then Canticle them for whatever they have left. It doesn't always work out that well. Sure. What you really want to hit with Canticle are the reanimation spells themselves. Canticle them here to get our 1/1. And you're never happy to see this, but oh god. Late to Dinner and Piercing Rays. So they have some good ones, for sure. But I definitely don't want them getting Late to Dinner. And one of these potentials. Fun! Fun. So they could do Knighted Myrrh and Piercing Rays on the Curator. And one potential is gone. I suppose we can't really stop them from doing that. Better on the Curator than half our other cards, that's for sure. So what are they going to do? They find a land, so it looks like Piercing Rays and Knighted Myrrh. Sure. Also, one I don't want to prismatically end, but you could do worse. And it does get us a 1/1, so we might as well. White, 1, 2, 3. X is 3. Cast with 3 colors. Scuttle-Tide is not looking good. It's mainly a combo card for some of our stuff here. I got 6 mana, so I can't really play around one card type. I can't really play around the Unbounded Potential. That makes both of those 3/3s. I just can't do it. They might even use it now, but that gets all that out of their hand. Save the bridge, because that gets me pretty close to Delirium. If I lose a creature, maybe I should have attacked with a Spinner. Or the aerialist. Yeah, let's get rid of the bridge, which brings me close. Flay Essence. Oh, I need to save that one. Attack with aerialist. And my crabs become bosses. Ooh, they're taking it. Good deal. Good deal. No Dakon yet. Fine. You gotta take it, you gotta trade with it eventually. Down to 6. Discerning Taste. Now that's a good one for them. When you have a deck this good, being able to search so far into it. Dihada's Ploy to the graveyard, but no life. And getting back. Oh, come on. Late to dinner, that's a nice one. Maybe I have to Flay Essence that. Let's see. We need another type in our graveyard. Yeah, the extra thing doesn't help. Okay, that's great. Let's get Prowler out here and pass it. Just pass it. So they can do Ploy. It uses up all their blue, fortunately. They discard a land to Ploy from their graveyard. Go up to 8 life. So 11 life with the food. Well, whoever wins this, it's certainly an interesting game. Oh, that's interesting. I think I'm ready to trade off with this. Yeah. Soul of Migration. Do we just want to play that? Because we could. We could play it. Yeah, let's do it. That's a lot of value. That's enough value. And they might have their Planeswalker by now. Any dud we draw, we can replace with a crab and a card. Our life total is certainly high enough. We can think a little bit about playing to time here. But we have to win this one first. So there goes Giltblade Prowler, dead. You sack a bird. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But we're pretty good at blocking that. Oh, it'd be nice to lose a creature here. In some ways. Just pass it. Yeah, if they kill our Soul of yeah. So let's block this Curator with Soul of Migration and a bird or something. There it is. Oh, but they're gonna exile it. Don't exile my Soul of Migration. No. I wanted that. I wanted it. Alright, don't worry about this. Not a problem. It's exiled. You saw it. It is gone. I should be getting back... I should be getting back the Prowler. I wanted more value, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get it. Disciple of the Sun. It gets something back, but it doesn't get... It might get Ethereum Spinner back, but it doesn't get back Dakon. Yeah, Spinner. Could be worse. Let's. I kind of hope they attack with this curator. Do it. No. Oval. I just need to do this. Gets me a Thopter. Got plenty of Delirium. Here they come. Most of their pump spells have got to be gone. I can't imagine they play 3 Unbounded Potentials in this deck. That would be absurd. Damn, targeting that. Yeah, that does kill it, doesn't it? Hard Evidence? That's a crab I'll take. Our decks are so similar. But they've had the upper hand for a while. They have, you know, better cards, I would say. Damn, Shadow Slayer, and then a lot of the same cards. I don't know, it's actually hard to judge. Maybe they're just using their cards very well. With a lot of the same cards, and I think some of their cards are just a bit better. We do have the double Flay Essence, which should put us a notch above. Sack that clue, make sure to leave up double blue. Late to dinner. Does that get anything good back? Yes, it gets Giltblade Prowler back. Look, it must be good. If they keep killing it, it must be good. And keep a couple cards back to discard. They have to be running out of ways to kill it. And now they can't wipe the whole board. Vermin Gorger. We're at 24 life. They are at 8. And the longer we can take winning this game, the better. Discard that. Not amazing. I think I'm happy to get the land out here. Oh, they found an answer. They found the Flay Essence, but we got 1 card out of it. So, take that. Breathless Night. Sure, I'll take it. And we don't have a second Scuttle Tide, so that what you see is what you get for the crabs. I can't even imagine them attacking here, so I don't know what I would do if they attacked. Wizard cycling. Let's get our big guy, cast it. And that's gonna tear open the sky, I think. It's a bit of a silly one to go for. Oh no, I screwed up. I screwed up. I should have done 4 damage to the Vermin Gorger. I screwed up. Are they telling me I screwed up? Because I don't think I even get the card now. Right? Well, hopefully they miss it. Oh, I don't even get the card now. But I might have enough to win in 2 turns here, 2 hits. They didn't do it! Oh my god, that's so good. Okay, we definitely want Recalibrate. And we don't have enough to use it here. But I think we're all set to attack in the air. And that puts them pretty low. I think this is a safe attack. They can kill the Breathless Knight and take 6. Yeah, I screwed up by targeting the 3/3 flyer. They screwed up by not sacrificing it in response. That's about all you can say for that. That's just about what happened. No point, yeah, getting a crab here. There might be a point, actually. We could count the damage on the ground, but the Disciple kind of messes that up. And I want multiple cards to discard, especially if we draw something like Junkwinder. Yeah, the Spinner has been really instrumental. They have double Late to Dinner, so they've got more reanimation than we have. Because I think they also have a Graceful Restoration. Let's see what they do here. They probably have to attack with something. Did they have another Wrath, I wonder? No, they'd attack out if they had that. Sacrifice the flyer. Destroy all non-flyers? Yeah, I can't imagine what this is going to be. Oh, sure. Late to Dinner on that. Still, doesn't look like enough, does it? Junkwinder. Make that Thopter. Again, the more dirtling they let us get away with here, the more time it takes of theirs. I didn't really count this out, but it's probably lethal, and we certainly have enough back to survive their attack. Oh, maybe it's not lethal. They've got 2 food. I guess I'm just not worried. They'll have 5 minutes to win the last one. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they need to get a little more done. And I'm happy with these trades. They're at 3, pass. Oh god. What if they win here? They might just. Game's ended. Okay. That was not good enough. They've got 4 minutes, 53 seconds to our 9 minutes. Break Ties, let me see. Break Ties might be worth it because it does exile a card from a graveyard. That could be good. I think Murktide Regent is just not good. I need my best. For this match. Exile target card from a graveyard. That's gotta be good. It's gotta be worth it here. Another Graceful Restoration could be good as well, but... Oh no. You know, I think we keep it. We just need blue. We've got our Wizard Cycler. Try to go super speed here, so they can't really catch up. Wizard, I think we want the 5/4, because we can actually cast it at some point. Not the right lands to be drawing. Mirroring them here. Discerning Taste. Come on, blue. Island off the top. 5 islands. 8 sources total. That's a good draw. Jihada's ploy to the graveyard immediately. Flay Essence. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. And they're stuck on mana. Mana issues. Another taste, maybe to find a land. Apparently they just are digging through all of these. Nykthos Paragon. Don't want them to get that back. We're in trouble if they get that back. Spinner. Aerialist. Let's do it. Because we don't have an answer to it. What we could try to do is dig for an answer to it. Oh, they just damn us. All right. Jihada's ploy. Prismatic ending. Let's give up 2 types here with Razortide Bridge. And play another aerialist. Now we have a 5-color prismatic ending. Doesn't quite hit Nykthos Paragon, but it does hit Dakon. It does hit Dakon Blackblade. Oh, snap! Haha! 5 types. Prophetic Titan hits Dakon as well, but I need to exile it. X is 2, but 3 colors. Maybe we go with the treasures here. Blue, red, 1, 2, 3. Kill the Monoskelion. And get Graceful Restoration into our hand. They got 3 minutes to kill us. They could kill us! They could get the Paragon back and gain some life, and then we are in trouble. And they don't have another... I think they only have 1 Flay Essence. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good. We gotta do Jihada's ploy. Well, let's do this. Crack the clue. Jihada's ploy, giving up Scuttletide. Please find it. Break ties. A little... No, this is an enchantment creature. So we give up the Curator. Destroy enchantment. Bah! Got you! Best sideboard of 2021. Yes. All right. Now we got to look at our graveyard to see what we can get back. Spinner. Did they have another one of these? Piercing Rays. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Junkwinder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With recalibrate backup. And then we can get, I don't know, Spinner back. Late to dinner to get this thing back. I thought this was over, but it's just begun. They exiled all our good stuff. Well, that really is something. Return a creature with a 1/1 counter on it. How about the Aerialist? This is tough. This is not easy. Because the spinner could be good. We could just wait. We could just wait a turn. Why don't we just wait a turn? They've got 2 foods. What they really want to do is cast a creature and then go for it. Oh no. Yes! All right. We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. It's okay. We're alive. We did it. So that's exiled now. And I don't think they have another piercing rays. And we can just use Graceful Restoration to get back the Aerialist and keep the Disciple tapped. It's not the best use of it, granted. Especially when they kill our Junkwinder. But it's something. And they've got to kill us in a minute. They don't have all day here. Knighted Myrrh, sure. Bone Shards. Great. So what we do is Bone Shards the Disciple, discarding Plains. No. Forget the Disciple. Bone Shards the Spinner, discarding Plains, and then recalibrate Knighted Myrrh, or better yet, our own Aerialist. Nah, Knighted Myrrh. To draw the card. That thing untaps, so let's just attack for 4 here. We've got to realize they can also pump this by at least 2. So they'll come in with Disciple here, and there's no way I block it. Yeah, it's too risky. Because if I lose Junkwinder without the way of getting it back, that's not going to be fun. Soul of Migration. Oh boy. Well, they could pull this off. So they attack with everything here. We crack the treasure, block one of the birds. Then they pump it, and the other bird, maybe a bunch of 3/3s. And we got to draw something. We've dealt with a lot of this, but not quite enough. Unbounded Potential. Yeah, so they do at least lose 2 of these counters, so we trade off a little bit. We take 5. And then our own Soul of Migration. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's tap down those beautiful flyers of yours. Yeah, those guys. Attack for 5. They've got 30 seconds to win through this. Good draw. Not to mention, we're just going to kill them. Piercing. They did have another Piercing Rays. Maybe I should have known that. But fortunately, we've already sort of done our stuff. 16 seconds to beat us here. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way they can win through that. They don't have white up, so I'm not scared of them pumping. Wait, what did they? Oh, Tragic Fall. Yeah, I suppose that's something. 2 seconds, and we've done it. They were probably about to win this game, but they will time out. The game is ended. Nice. Well, it is always a good deal to take one of these down 3-0. We had a great deck for it, and our last opponent had a sweet deck as well. We played our hearts out and won on time. Dakon, the Esper, Planeswalker. We both had a lot of exile effects. They even had a Flay Essence. We had 2. And then even things coming down to the sideboarding decisions really made this quite the match. So thank you for watching. We even opened up a Murktide Regent and heck, took a 20-cent Mythic in addition to that, so can't do much better than that. Great. See you next time. Until then, good luck in your drafts.